welcome guys to my YouTube channel where I show Excel tips every day. Today we are going to see a project Gantt chart operated through your pivot table chart. Now you can see at the end of the video you can able to generate or capable to generate these type of Gantt charts. So let's start. So here's some data we had made ready to save our time. Likewise, any department has this type of data. You can modify this accordingly, like serial number, project, if that project has some parts like in sections, then drawing numbers, description. Description is nothing but that product description you need to put. Category, this is really important guys, which actually going to filter our data in the pivot table, like the category you guys are designing, making your templates, manufacturing support, release, or anything else. Then assign to, these are your resources, employee 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you can put your employee number directly. Then status. Status is also important, where we actually going to sort out the data also through status. So this is also important. Status is like the job status. Is it on track, completed, pending, stopped, waiting for customer clearance, like that. Some few points you can add as per your requirement. Then this is a main data which actually we need in a Gantt chart format. So plan start date, end date, actual start date, and actual end date. So okay guys, this is our data is ready now. What we need to do, instead of selecting a table and creating a pivot, we are going to select a columns. This is just because when we need to add some more data in this table, we don't need to modify the pivot table selection. If you will select the table only and create a pivot table, it will the data will be restricted to this table only. You don't need that. You need to increase the data as the work will go on and projects will add, or some drawings or descriptions more will add in this table. So better to select the columns and go to pivot table. In this tab, the data has been already selected. You don't need to change this table range. Use external data sources. We are right now not using any external data source like external any other file. I need to generate this pivot table and the dependent Gantt chart in a separate window. I'm going to click on new worksheet and then just click OK. Once I click OK, it will generate this format and this pivot table around this new tab. Okay, we can rename this tab as Gantt chart, and our main file where the all data is, we can rename that as data. So it is not important for us, we can just remove it. So just click on the Gantt chart and start putting a data. Like first I would like to sort out the data by category, then assign to, then as per project also, as per section also. Then I need to add the plan start date, plan end date, actual start date, actual end date. If your table is showing some months and all this stuff, just remove them. Then I also need a status, okay, because this is an important point to sorting out the data, which is a status. Now what I need to do, I just need to sort out this data which is actually showing in the some weird format. Just click on the table, go to design, report layout, and show in tabular format. Just click on this and your data will be in tabular format. Still your data is not in the right format. To make it right, you simply need to go to field setting and do a none for any subtotal, because this is a subtotal it is making. Any subtotal it is showing, you just need to clear that subtotal and say none. So this is for project. You can see here how the table is changing as we are removing its subtotals. None for plan start date also, none for plan start end date also, then none for all the subtotals of actual start, actual finish, and the last one is status. So you can see guys, our table is perfectly planned just with this thing. Okay, category. Now our resources are there, our project, whatever the data we have put there, it is showing in a perfect format. Now you can see the given data still needs to be sorted out properly. Like you need to sort out these dates. It is just showing 14th of March or 19th of March. This you need to select the dates, go to the ungroup and just ungroup them. Only first column has been ungrouped. You can select second column also, then third column also, and the last column, which is the actual end date, that you also need to sort out. Now you can see guys, the date format is something different, which we actually don't like to see the dates like this way. We need to change by our choice. Before that, we will just remove this blank row by clicking here. Okay, it has been removed. Now what I need to do to change the date format, I need to select these dates, right click, go to format cells, go to the date, go to the English Australia, where I actually like to see the format like this way. Click on OK. So this format has been changed. Now you can see guys, all the tabs, all the items has its all grouping and ungrouping format. If you want to remove these, just click a right click, go to table pivot table option. If you like to merge these cells, just click on merge. If you like to don't move your column widths according to the data, just click on uncheck the auto fit column width on update. Then go to your display mode and just click on show expand collapse button. Just uncheck this one and click OK. Now you can see guys that the grouping and ungrouping check or uncheck data has been removed and the grouping has been done properly. Now you can see this design has a one group, manufacturing support, release, template, and whatever you will put, it has its own support. Also, I don't need to have the grand total of all this. I'll just simply go back and see where is the grand total. Okay, there it is. Show grand total for rows, show grand total for columns. You both need to uncheck and click OK. So that will also remove. Now guys, the next step is you need to format this table. Just click on this, go to design and select whichever design you like to see in a particular format. So I'll select this design, which will be good for display, and click OK. Let's save the file, or keep auto save, so you should not lose the data. Now guys, what I need to do is I need to put the dates in the next columns. I need to format the Gantt chart accordingly. So to format that, I'll insert all the dates. So here our dates are ready. I have put actually two parameters. One is calendar start date, which is this date, and I have put the interval in between two dates, which is 1 day, 2 day. It's all dependent on your requirement. So it is nothing but as you want to shrink your Gantt chart, you can change the number of days gap in between two. So I'll keep one just for the video purpose. So this is nothing but equals to your date, and very next column of the date is nothing but the start date plus the gap, which is 1 or 2 day, whatever you like. So this is the gap, and I just drag down all the dates through. Then this formula actually find out the exact day of the date. Like this is a left function, text. This is the date parameter I had put in the text function, and the format which I required in GDD format. That means it will show the only initial of the week, and this is number character, only one character I would like to show. So this is the formula which you can just copy paste. This is very simple thing, so we are not actually going to invest our time in these small things. Now moving ahead, I like to clean up the chart, like just go for the view, remove all the grid lines, so your data will look more clean. The next step is, guys, I need to add a slicer. What is the slicer? Slicer is nothing but act like your filter. So I'll click on the table, go to the insert, go to the slicer tab. Slicers tab is nothing but it will actually open the parameters which you can put into the slicer data. I'll go for the category first, then as per assign also I need to put the filters, and then status. These are the three parameters initially, I think, which are important. Once I hit the OK, slicer will show me the filter three different parameters as we select category, assign to, and status. There is a blank it is showing, which sometimes it goes off. So just go to slicer setting, hide items with no data, just go to OK. This one and this one also. Okay. Now guys, you need to adjust the slicer according to your requirements. So what I will do, I will select all the slicer. I will want the row, the column, or the tab, this having a length. So I will just adjust them into 2. I will reduce its height as per requirement. I'll align them. These are the very simple few things, guys. Height I will keep 3.33 all of tabs, and I will do most is I will adjust their alignment. I think already adjust the gaps, and I will make a group of them. So whenever I like to move the entire thing now, it will move together. I don't need to move the slicer one by one. So just try the slicer. As we click on the filters, it will automatically show the data of that category. If you just remove all the categories, just click on this icon and all the categories will be removed. Then assign to as per resources, if you like to filter that you like to see what your employee number 1 is doing this week. So just click on that. Resource 1 will be sorted out, 2, 3, 4 accordingly. Then as per the status, so you just like to see the completed job, on track, customer clearance job, pending, stopped. So it will show like this. Just remove this filter. To add the formatting, or to just add some more presentable theme, I will insert a shape. Now I will insert the shape to have the visual good effects. I'll select the design from here to just here. I will send this thing backward. I will align them both. I will put a project Gantt chart name. You can just format name, put into the middle, and here we go. Now what I will do, I'll make a group of these both tabs, so wherever you will try to move it, it will move together. One more thing I would like to do is when I scroll, the entire chart will move. So I'll just click on this cell. What it will do, that freezing a panes of rows and columns together, and from this point I can move the entire chart according to what exactly I require, and the data which I always need in front of me will not move. So this is the formatting has been done, and we will now go for the important part of the chart, which is how to make it a Gantt chart. So for that we need to do some formatting. First formatting, which I would always like to prefer or always like to enter into the Gantt chart, is go to the tab, go to home, conditional formatting, make a new rule, go to the use a formula to determine which cells to format, click on the tab and go for the formula, which is this formula I had already defined. What is AND function is doing here? It is actually taking today's date, which is lesser or equals to the start date of the format. So J is going to be changed. The columns are always going to be changed, but row is not going to change. That's why we are putting 12. And the same thing, it is less than and equal to the next date. So here is also column is going to change, row is not going to change. That's why we are freezing the row, not the column. I'll click on the format, go to borders, keep the red lines, and insert the lines to the each cell which is having a today's date. For that we need to also select the panes, go for the selection. Now once you show the dates, current date highlight, we need to start formatting our Gantt chart. Then for this one, go to the Gantt chart, go to the conditional formatting. Here the last time what the problem was, I have selected a wrong date. I have fixed the start date and free the end date, so it has showing a lot of numbers. So now the problem has been solved. You can guys just copy paste this formula. So to format your Gantt chart, go to the conditional formatting, click a new rule. Just a second guys, just click on new rule. I have ready all the formulas for you to save our time. Now I like to show the weekends in the Gantt chart. Go to the manage rules, new rules, go to the user formula to determine which cells you like to format, and go for the weekdays. Weekdays does nothing but showing your Sunday or Saturday Sunday off in the Gantt chart with the different color. So same formatting, we need to jump the columns and not the row. So 6 is the number of days working. If you like to put a 5, if you have a Saturday Sunday off, just put a 5 and Saturday Sunday will be highlighted. Now go to the fill effect, choose a different color, go to OK, and use the same number of cells which you use for the current date highlight. Okay, now you can see guys, the all Sundays has been marked. Now we also have other holidays in every, as per country wise, we also have other days as a holiday. So I have created a sheet 1 and the company holidays calendar I have put here. What we need to do is to format again those exact days which needs to be highlighted in the Gantt chart. For that purpose, guys, we will go to the Gantt chart again and we will go to the manage rules. We will create a new rule with the same cells which need to determine, and we will use this formula. Its VLOOKUP is actually looking for the start date, then non-working days, which are we just put into the sheet 1, which is this column. I'm selecting an entire column just if in case need to add some more days, or when the calendar will change, like in 2022 I just need to add 2 more days here, and the formula will be, or the table will be okay for the next year also. And if in the case is true, show 1 else 0. Now the format will be, or the color of the cell will be some different. We will use the formula for the same cells, apply, OK, and you can see it is showing the exact same days which are marked in your calendar. This is 1st of Jan, 26 Jan, and so on. 1st of Jan, 26 Jan, and so on. All the days has been marked. Now guys, come to the actual Gantt chart which we have made for all this stuff, is to highlight the plan date and actual dates. For that reason, I'll just go for the design and remove the extra columns. Why I have done that is, I'll just let you know. To show your plan date and your actual date, we need an extra line to introduce here to show your actual dates in that line. For that reason, click on the pivot table anywhere, go to the design, go to the rows, blank rows, insert blank lines after each item. You will come to know why I am doing this. I'll insert these columns, I'll insert these rows in this table, and I'll go for the conditional formatting again. For that reason, we need a formula predefined for you to save the time. Go to the Gantt chart, make a new rule to use a formula, determine the sales. I'm using this formula. This formula is nothing but is a if and and statement. It is showing the plan start date. Remember, we need to utilize the column and change same column and change the dates, change the rows, sorry. So I'm going to fix the column and I'll compare this with start date, where also I need to fix the row and not the column. Then I'll put the plan end date, where I also need to fix the column and not rows, and I'll put the very next day here, where I again need to fix the rows and not columns. If the condition is true, it will show 1 else nothing. Go to the format cell. Here I need to put some little bit graphic kind of thing. For that reason, I'm going to utilize this color. Too dark. Okay. Now guys, to avoid some issues in showing the text in the format, I will go to customs, go to general, and just put a 3 semicolons and click OK, where it will not show 1 in each cell. Then I will go to the border lines. I will utilize the same color and put a upside and downside cells lines to apply here. Show the graphics well. And I will be going to use the same cells, apply, and OK, and boom. All the plan dates has been popped up in the Gantt chart. You can see. Now, what I need to do next, which is little bit tricky, because guys, this formula has been applied for all the rows and columns mentioned in the Gantt chart. But for the actual one to show, where I generated the extra rows in the Gantt chart, I need to utilize these dates to show where I have started and where I have finished the particular task. For that reason, guys, a little bit I'll say it's a annoying work, but I will go for it to show you guys the exactly what I do is I select that particular row, go up to the end, and I will go for the conditional formatting. Sorry, I will select. For that reason, I need to end up this column everywhere. This I'm just doing to have the proper quick selection, so at least it will stop there. I will select each and every cell which I need to show the actual days. So the conditional formatting in that case will be applied for that particular cells which we like to highlight. This is going to take some time because, oops. Now guys, I have selected all the rows. One by one, which rows I have added additionally. I'll go to the conditional formatting, manage rules, then go for the new rule. Same procedure I will repeat, and I will utilize the formula where I will going to put here the actual start date. Column is fixed, row is free, then start date, oops. Then start date, row is fixed, column has to jump, then end date, column has to fix and row has to jump, and the next day of calendar where column has to jump. Format, go to fill, go to fill effect, utilize the color which you like to show off, go to the fill effect, go to the number, customs, general, where general you just need to show 3 columns, and fill effect, border, go to select the same color, top and bottom color, and click OK. OK. Apply the rule. To just edit all this stuff, guys, we need to select the same rows for plant date. Select the row, go for the entire row. Same procedure we need to repeat for the plant dates of the Gantt chart, which actually will apply for those rows only which we are highlighting or putting in this conditional formatting rule manager. What it will do, it will just apply the rules to the same rows and it will not affect the other rows, like where we need to show the actual progress of the task. This will little bit of laborious work, but actually it's going to solve your all problems to show plan versus actual dates, which are really important for any project management. Let's not to make hurry. If you by mistake click anywhere else, all the cell selection will get disappear and you need to select the all cells again. Okay, our cell selection is done. Apply the rule, click OK. Okay, by this method, guys, you can see the plant versus actual progress. So You can see 1st of Jan to 10th of Jan, you have planned this work, but in actual, it has started on 2nd of Jan and finished on 13th of January. So this way, each and every cell will show you the plan versus actual dates. Now, why we have selected the borders and why we have selected the number is the reason for that is when I'll just zoom to show you what exactly it means. When you will these two colors will cross each other, it will show here some different gap. To avoid that gap, I need to put two lines in there. Now guys, how to put the conditional formatting sequence here. If you change the sequence, like if you put this rule above all this, it's going to show or hide on your actual colors, or this one above this, it's going to hide your colors. So better not to let them hide, because our progress bar are more important than the anything else. So we will keep the progress bar above all the lines. So this is a last trick I would like to show. Now our Gantt chart is almost ready. We can filter our Gantt chart according to our requirement, and this will show your work as per status wise, assign resources, and all this stuff which you can play around with this chart, release dates, and this Gantt chart will automatically update according to the selection. One more thing we can add in this selection is a timeline to filter the dates. So click on the table, go to the insert and timeline. Click on timeline. Whatever the timeline you will select, it will show you automatically the dates according to the month, year, quarter, whatever you like to keep it as a filter. I usually use as a month, so I can see the dates as per month wise. If I click on January, it will filter according to the January. It will filter according to the month, whatever the month work you have in that particular month. If you just like to clean up, just click on this icon. So here we guys has completed our Gantt chart as per the pivot table. Whatever the things will update in the pivot table, Gantt chart will automatically get updated. You can change this data as per your requirement, and all the dates will be changed. Just for the fun purpose, I'll copy paste some dates with some different one. Go to the Gantt chart, refresh all, and the dates will get updated. So it is so easy, and major part is this file will get a lightweight. It will work like anything, because using the formulas in every bar and everything, it will make the file a lot heavier. So thank you very much guys. Please subscribe my channel and give a thumbs up and comment. Thank you very much.